Hello, Teacher Candace here, and I work for VIPKID. I have worked for VIPKID for about 1 year now, and today I just wanted to give you guys a video so that you could see some successful tips that have worked for me in my classrooms. So today I'm going to teach you 5 tips for a successful class. Tip number 1 is really the easiest. It is smile. Always smile. There's one thing that the student can see the entire class, and that is your face. And so facial expressions are very important. So if you are smiling, that just brings a warm and welcoming environment for your student. So they will feel more comfortable as you are teaching them. Some of these students are very shy, and you have to kind of bring them out of their shell a little bit. And you can't do that with a frown on your face. They have to feel comfortable with you. Tip number 2 is props. Guess what my go-to prop is? Yep, you guessed it, a whiteboard. You can do so many things with a whiteboard. You can show correct pronunciation of a word by writing it out and showing them on the whiteboard. My second go-to prop is I made these little Meg and Mike characters, and I have Dino and I have some other characters here that have really been beneficial in classes. This helps teach several things. You can teach conversation by going, okay, I will be Meg, you be Dino. And then they know what they are supposed to read. I also teach pronouns this way, so that if we're teaching the verb watch, for example, you could say, I watch. Good. He watches. So that the student now knows, okay, he should be watches and I should be watch. So then you can also teach they and we and it. The characters are just really beneficial, and I recommend that you make some of these. I actually downloaded these off of the Facebook group called VIPKID Videos and Props. There's a lot of files on there. I just printed them out on cardstock and glued it to a popsicle stick. It was very easy to do. The third prop that I go to regularly are flashcards. So the flashcards I keep in a pocket chart behind me, and it actually helps keep me organized, and it is also a pretty good visual for the kids to look at. They're easy to get to if I need them, and the kids can see them. I only use flashcards with my level 2s. Level 2s are the ones where you're teaching the letters and you need to teach them big P and small p, you know. So the flashcards I don't use unless I have a level 2. Another prop that I use that I think is very beneficial are my magnetic letters. I actually keep them in my pocket chart too, along with the corresponding flashcard, so it keeps me organized and they're easy to get to. So I know in, I think it's level 2, unit 4 trial, you're teaching the awk words. So this is great because you can interchange them, teaching, okay, up, hop. Good, and then it's easy to switch. Up, cop. And it's right there and it's easy to move. So magnetic letters are very beneficial in class as well. I use them mostly with level 2s. Another prop that I use mostly with my higher level students is an iPad. An iPad is really beneficial because I can show them short little video clips and pictures to help, drive in those concepts. Today I was teaching a lesson about exercise and how it helps the heart and the lungs, and it taught how the heart pumps blood. So what I did is I found this cool video, and all I did is I just showed a few seconds of it. So press that and I said, this is the heart pumping. And I thought it was pretty cool that she could see exactly what the heart looks like when you exercise, and well, all the time. But why we need to exercise, so we can keep that heart muscle going. Some other important props are realia. If you're teaching about clothing, you need to show them this is a hat, or this is a shirt, this is a sock. I try and teach all of use realia when teaching any of the students, really. It's good for all levels. Another one is time. I have this clock here and I can change the time on the clock, and when I'm teaching time, this has been one of the best tools. If you have one of those clocks, what do they call them? I forgot, but you use them in school and they're yellow. Those are really good props to have as well. Okay, tip number 3 is going to be rewards. Now, I am not super crafty, so these were kind of hard for me to figure out. And I also didn't want to take like a ton of time in class. Okay, number 1 thing you need to remember are the stars. The stars are super important to the kids. I'm not really sure why. I think that they can take the stars that they earn and use them to buy like video game time with VIPKID or dinos and things like that. So they love the stars. So you have to use the stars. And I always recommend using all 5 all the time. Unless there's something really wrong, really wrong, then you can take one away, but I would really recommend always using all 5 stars and also spreading them out throughout the class. Don't wait till the end to give them their star, because they want them through the class, and it really does help with behavior. Here is a couple things that I have come up with. Well, actually, I didn't come up with these. These are just some things that I use. I got this idea off of the VIPKID videos and props. I saw another roll the dice game. It had some different things on here, so I kind of made up my own. What I do is I have a dice, and so when they do a good job, I say, oh, good job, I have the dice, and then I'll roll it, and if they get whatever they land on, like this was a 6, I'll say, good job, you get a star, yay, and give them 5 and whatever. They really love this roller coaster. The roller coaster is like, I go, woo, 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 and they think it's really fun. And this one was a hit, actually. The kids really loved this. I used this with level 2s, and some level 3s probably would really love this one too. This one was fun. Another one is the Find the Star. So basically what it is if you do a good job, you get to pick a number to find a star. And so they might pick, oh, I want number 1. Well, number 1, behind there, I'm doing the St. Patrick's theme this this week. So right now I would say, oh, you get a rainbow. And then you can ask, you know, what colors are in a rainbow? And you can then talk about the colors. And then I'll just put this one to the side over here. And this also has stars in it, so they will also earn stars. All I did is I just put magnets on the back so that they'll just stick to my whiteboard, and then that's it. It's pretty easy, and it didn't take a ton of time and a lot of work. So those are kind of my go-to rewards right now. But just remember, you always need to use the stars, and you must have a secondary reward system. All right, tip number 4. Oh, this one is a big one. Always correct pronunciation. Always correct pronunciation. Mostly on the important vocabulary and words that they're learning in that lesson. So for example, yesterday I was teaching about shapes, and one of the shapes was a parallelogram. That's hard to say. That's even hard for me to say. So one thing that I did is I first said parallelogram, so they could see that it's 5 syllables. Also, parallelogram, 5 syllables. You can also write it on your whiteboard and show how it's split up. So you would say parallelogram, and show them the different syllables. Parallelogram. I did all 3 of these with my student yesterday, and he still was having such a difficult time. So what I did is I decided, okay, I'm gonna make this into a song. And I went parallelogram, parallelogram, parallelogram. And guess what? He said it correctly. Only when he was singing though. But you need to correct their pronunciation on these important words. And also, you might even hear the parents in the background trying to tell them how to say it. And sometimes it's not right. So you need to make sure that you are correcting them first so that they learn it the right way. Okay, last tip of the day is TPR, total physical response. And this one is extremely important. First of all, you need to make sure that the student is mimicking your movements or even coming up with their own to remember a word. So for example, yesterday I taught the word hatch. So what I did is I said hatch, hatch. And so then the kid was like hatch, hatch. So then they kind of understand that it means something is opening, hatch. So that helped them understand what hatch means. Most of the TPR, if you don't have a prop for something like hatch, it's hard to get realia for hatch. I can find an egg, but not really a hatch. So I can always use TPR. That's the greatest thing about TPR is there's always something that you could use. TPR is very important because it's good for those kinesthetic learners that want to be moving and move their hands, but it's also really good for visual kids because they are seeing you. They're seeing you use your hands. And then it's also really good for those auditory learners because they're hearing you and seeing you at the same time. So really, TPR is one of the best things to do to differentiate for all of your students. All right, everybody, just to recap what we learned today, our tips were always smile and use facial expressions because everybody can see your face. That's what the student sees all the time. Use props. You don't have to use a ton, but you need to use some. It really helps just drive that concept into their minds. Rewards. Use stars and use a secondary system of your choosing. Number 4, always correct pronunciation. Choose the important words. If you don't have time to correct every mistake they're making, choose those ones that are very important. And then last, always use TPR. Always use TPR. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my video today, and I hope that it is going to help you become a better teacher. I know that remembering all of these tips has really helped me grow and be better. If you are a new teacher or if you're interested in becoming a teacher for VIPKID, please click on my link below and I can help you out. I also have a Facebook page that you can look me up. It's VIPKID teacher, Teacher Candace. So I hope you enjoyed what I did today. Thanks, guys. Bye.